Welcome back to our Knights of the Old Republic lore play series. Last week we rescued Bastila Shan, so now it's time to start trying to escape Taris. In order to do that, we have to get our very own astromech droid, and I had to get some dark side points to do it because I'm poor. Now we'll be breaking into the Sith base, so I think it's a good time to talk about the Sith Army and its composition. During the Jedi Civil War, the Sith Empire was led by a Dark Lord of the Sith. That's pretty much true of all Sith Empires at any point in Legend's history. At the start of the war, that title was held by Darth Revan, but he was betrayed by his shadow hand, Darth Malak, who then took the title of Dark Lord for himself. The title of Shadow Hand was basically the same as just Sith Apprentice, but it also signified the rank of second in command of the Sith Army. When Darth Malak usurped Revan, he took on Darth Bandon as his Shadow Hand. Immediately below the Shadow Hand were the Sith Lords. They were like generals in the army. Then each of the lords had their own acolytes and apprentices. They were mostly stationed on the Star Forge and the Temple of the Ancients where they could continue training. Dark Jedi fell below them, and that term is kind of misleading. They were fallen Jedi that didn't necessarily follow the teachings of the Sith Order, but still supported their goals. I made a joke about this in the first video of this series, mocking Trask for calling them Dark Jedi. If he weren't dead, I would owe him an apology, I guess. But at the same time, they are part of the Sith Army, so they can still be kinda classified as Sith. I still think the term Dark Jedi is used here mostly just to avoid confusion and to show levels of power within Sith forces. Anyway, below the Dark Jedi were Sith Assassins. They were used exclusively to hunt, capture, or kill Jedi. They don't actually show up until Knights of the Old Republic 2, but they're mentioned in this game, so I think it's safe to assume they're part of the army at this point. What I really want to talk about are the non-force sensitive people in the Sith Army. That's mostly who we fight in this base. The Sith Order of the Old Republic was very different from the Sith we see in the films. Obviously, they don't follow the rule of two, and they're not a secretive organization, so they have regular people in their army. The Sith officers were the equivalent of the officers in the Galactic Empire, and the Sith Troopers are the equivalent to Stormtroopers. These were the people that were just fighting for what they believed in. Darth Bane actually began his career as a regular member of the Sith Army before he was discovered to be Force sensitive. He was fighting against oppression from the Republic, just like the Separatists in the Clone Wars. These regular troopers and officers either didn't know or didn't care about their leader's use of the dark side. So there should honestly be a little bit of a moral dilemma as we kill them all, but hey, we all just know the Sith as bad guys, so it's okay, right? If Star Wars has taught me one thing, it's that people with British accents are the bad guys. To all my British viewers out there, I'm just kidding, I love you guys. In addition to their predominantly human army, the Sith used a number of battle droids to fight. We've seen a number of Sentinel droids in the base, and then we have this assault droid. We probably don't have to feel bad about deactivating them. And then at the bottom of the base, protecting the codes we have been after, is a Sith Governor. I'm not exactly sure where in the hierarchy this guy falls. I'm thinking Sith Acolyte or Apprentice since he doesn't even have a lightsaber, but on the other hand, the guy is pretty strong. You'd think a Jedi Master like Bastila would be able to handle this guy by herself, but instead he killed my entire party like 5 times. But that's neither here nor there. We now have the launch code, so I'll bring this video to a close. Next week, I think we're finally gonna get off Taris. Until then, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and consider checking out my Patreon page. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.